Despite the lackluster of the Malaysia stock market, these three stocks just broke all-time high level recently. And in this video, you will find out how you can actually benefit from these three stocks by using simple pullback trading strategy. So let's get started now. The first stock is WONG Engineering Corporation. So let me just zoom out a little bit here so that you can see the whole structure. So you can see that there is a pretty much a rounding bottom or a probably cup and handle type structure. So that is typically bullish structure. And let me just zoom into the recent price action. So you can see that this rejection tail probably in end of the April is the first attempt to break out. However, you see that there is a spike of the volume and that is the supply coming out, and subsequently there's the reaction. So this is generally a bullish type of the reaction because unlike the previous reaction that go all the way back to the swing low level or at least swing down, leg down, you can see that this is pretty much a horizontal type of the consolidation. So roughly around 88 to 94 cents. And subsequently, there is a breakout above this immediate resistance level, breakout, pullback, continuation to the upside. So this is another attempt to break out, and this time you can see that there isn't much reaction. And also once it's breakout, it can actually commit above this resistance level near about 1 ringgit. So subsequently, right after the spike of this supply, so there is an increasing of the volume, and we see the rejection tail right there. So next bar is actually wasn't bearish at all. So in fact, what we have here is also a reaction, and this is generally a bullish reaction because I think it just sort of just rose 1 cent instead of having have a reaction back to test. So far, the reaction is still unfolding right after this breakout movement happened. So we just need to see how the reaction unfold, and probably it will just go back to retest this region right there. And if you can just having a turn up, and this could be a nice reversal trade. Otherwise, we just need to see how it goes. And if it just continue to move up, likely it can just challenge the all-time high level at about 1.25. Okay, so this is Wong Engineering, and I think it's still very bullish. Okay, so before I jump to the next stock, I will appreciate if you can just like this video and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that will mean a lot to me. Thanks for that, and let's get back to the video. Next stock is QES. Okay, so I think I talked about QES 1 or 2 times before, probably somewhere around here, and subsequently we see that there is a failure after the breakout. So right after this failure, the reaction wasn't that bad because the reaction is pretty much in line with the broad market correction. So we can see that the correction is just right at this support level. So this is the previous apex formation of the symmetrical triangle, and the breakout here comes with aggressive volume. So this is the breakout rally up, but it did not really sustain and commit above. Subsequently, it just sort of fell and get back in below this neckline. Look at how it actually fell. So this is generally low supply level and probably slightly above the previous consolidation mode. However, in generally, this is a relatively low supply, and it actually just sort of stopped within the previous accumulation area. So this apex formation is the previous accumulation area, and the reaction just stopped right at this level. So this is generally a bullish sign, and we can see that right after it touched this, tested, it sort of just a rebound and have a few more tests. And recently, it just break out of the neckline and also the previous swing high level and entering into the all-time high level about I think 80 cent or 79 cent. Yeah, I think it touched 80 cent. Okay, so Let me zoom into the past few trading days. So you can see that there is a spike of the volume right there. So the ton of the supply plus demand actually entering into this bar. So it's quite natural that we see a reaction right after this bar because there's a lot of supply as well. However, do note that the reaction wasn't that bearish at all. In fact, it's sort of just tested this breakout bar. So I think this is generally a healthy pullback. Um, do take note that the reaction also comes with quite a lot of the supply. So I think that we could probably see another leg down to test somewhere around 70 cent or 72 cent. So if you can just have another test and rebound, I think that we probably can enter a prompt trade if you haven't had any type of the position, because that could offer a good reward to risk ratio with the stop probably slightly below this bullish momentum bar, about 65 66 cents. So otherwise, you can just wait for another breakout at about 80 cents. All right, so this is QES. I think overall the structure is looking very bullish. And maybe before I jump to the next stock, I think that if we can just draw a line right there, probably is somewhere near the channel overbought. So every time it's near the channel overbought, there is a reaction. So this time I think the reaction is still unfolding. So just need to see how it actually unfold, and also pay attention to the supply level as well. All right, so the last stock is RCE Capital, RCECAP. So this stock is a bit of the low volume in general. I think the average volume is slightly less than a million, but I think in terms of the candle formation, this is definitely tradable. So let me just analyze a bit of the previous structure, and definitely there is a speculative run up, or the probably like a parabolic run up type, and we see that there is a collapse of the run up right at the end of the climatic movement. So if we zoom in, so you can see that this is definitely a buying climax, so a climatic run up and followed by a collapse, and subsequently that actually sets out this trading range. But take a look at the range here. This is generally a upsloping structure, which is bullish in terms of the structural strength, and we do see that the second reaction here, so you can compare the movement or the character of this down wave to the previous collapse of the parabolic run-up. You can see that this is a gradual grinding down action. So this is also another bullish character. And look at how you actually stop, or where you actually stop. So this is how you actually move. So the first leg down, second leg down, and also the third leg down. That shows a bit of the shortening of the downward thrust. So suggesting that the down momentum is actually fading. So that's why we can expect a rally up. And if we just draw a line here, so this is the previous resistance, now turn the support area, and look at there's a lot of the volume right at the bottom of this support turn, sorry, the resistance now turn the support area. So suggesting some of the bargain hunting buying, and subsequently there come another test with low volume. So this is a very bullish sign. So I just wonder, could this be probably phase C? Maybe this is A, B, and this is Wyckoff phase C, and we are probably witnessing a sign of strength rally that try to come in above. Definitely the first level is the previous swing high level at about 2.95, and subsequently which is this upsloping structure here. So you can just come in above, have some kind of the pullback. I think there is a chance for the continuation to go up higher. So right now, RCE cap is sort of having a very nice momentum right there. So after the test form, so this is a turn followed by a test, we see that the momentum actually kickstart right in this portion. So that comes with good demand right there. So you can see after the first bullish momentum bar, the reaction is generally shallow, and after it actually break out of this little flag structure, so now it's sort of forming another flag structure as well, and supply is also decreasing. So this is definitely a bullish sign, and definitely I see the potential to at least test the channel overbought right there, so somewhere around 3.1. And at this point, if indeed just get to this point, then we need to see how the price actually react. So this is sort of like increasing of the volume, and we see a reaction down. So if indeed it can just come up to reach this level, then for the bullish case or the bullish scenario, what we want to see is some form of the shallow type of the consolidation. Then I think it's definitely likely to push up to test higher targets. All right, so this is RCA cap. And if you'd like to learn more on how to increase your winning rate and also check out other trading opportunities, then definitely you need to check out the video that showed on the screen. And do remember to join my newly formed Telegram group for ad hoc market update and also some interesting discussion with the group members and also me as well. And also just join my email list for weekly trading and investing ideas. The links in the description below. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon.